Students, what is the most unfair suspension/expulsion you've ever seen in all your years of schooling? I'm in my 40s and this still sticks with me. I had a classmate in 7th grade who was expelled, which, because we had only one each of junior high and high school, meant she was expelled from our entire district because she was a type 1 diabetic. A teacher walked in on her with her insulin in the washroom, assumed it was drugs, wouldn't let her take her insulin, and took her down to the principal's office where she was immediately expelled. Her parents were so horrified and disgusted, they didn't even fight it, just put her in private school. In 8th grade, my phone got taken away because my alarm went off during class. Vice principal came in and told me I could get it back at the end of the day in his office. After school, I went to his office to retrieve my phone, but he wasn't there. Went to the main office 3 times to have him called down over the PA system and staff walkie-talkies, but he was nowhere to be found. My bus arrived, so I walked in and grabbed my phone. The next day, I was called down to his office and he showed me footage of me going back and forth between the 2 offices and told me I was in trouble for taking back my phone. I argued back asking where he was and that he said he would be in his office and that the phone was my property to retrieve. Hell, I even said that I understood why during school it was taken away to sugarcoat it. He wasn't having any of it and told me I was suspended for taking an item from his office. He called my mom and told her none of the details of my suspension, just that I had taken something from his office. When I got in the car to go home, I told my mom exactly what happened, word for word, and she was absolutely pissed. She stormed the office and demanded my suspension be lifted. The vice principal said there was nothing he could do. A year later, it was discovered he was having an affair with a teacher. Today, there was no doubt in my mind that when I was looking for my vice principal, he was getting steamy with the teacher. When I was in 5th grade, a boy slammed my head into the bus window. The school counselor asked me if I had considered that maybe he liked me, and then they suspended both of us for 3 days, for some reason. My mom tried to confront the school and they basically ignored her. She's disabled and didn't know what else to do at the time, so nothing happened. When I got suspended for a week for fighting, even though I didn't throw a single punch or retaliate, the other dude came after me, pushed, pulled, and hit me a couple times, and I kept saying, "I'm not fighting you," because I was in the principal's shit list and didn't want to get into any trouble. It was broken up and we had to report to the principal, and I still got suspended for it. My brother was almost strangled to death by someone on the bus on camera, so he punched them in the face to get them off. 3 guesses for who got expelled for a week and who got in-school detention. I've posted on this before. I went to HS in the late 90s and we just got the internet. This was the early internet when any search could bring up porn. Well, it happened to me. It was history class and we're in the computer lab doing research. And what do you know, porn came up on my screen. I was sent to the office and they wouldn't believe me it was accidental. I had never been in trouble before, but still, I was suspended for the rest of the day. Then it happened to other students and teachers. Then they finally got filters on the computers. My suspension was never expunged, nor was I ever apologized to. Sometime in middle school, I was just this nerdy, quiet kid, and of course there were a few bullies that gave me hell every day. They were bigger than me and also lived on my street or the next street over, so they gave me hell both at school and at home. Anyhow, one day in the playground at school, they were pinning me down, throwing rocks at me, etc. I threw my math book at one of them out of frustration and it landed in the mud. They did not get in trouble, but I received 3 days of suspension for damaging school property, and they made my mom pay for a new one. They never stopped. One day, one of them spit on me in the bathroom and I spit on him back. He then grabbed me by the throat and slammed my head into the wall. I went back to class with handprints around my neck. At least that time we both got suspension. No wonder I have self-esteem issues. When I called the middle school bully a sexist pig after he spent weeks bullying the girls and calling us all bitches and telling us we weren't allowed on the basketball court because girls can't play ball, he was also the same boy who, after finding out my grandmother was Jewish, would whisper to me in class that he hoped the Nazis would come and slay my family in his sleep. After calling him a sexist pig, he went crying to the principal that I was